Hey Wolf, it's good to see you, man. What's going on?
Yeah, thanks for having me, man.
Absolutely. I've been looking forward to having a bit of a chat with you. Sorry, I'm at the day job office here, so it's nothing too exciting like the usual bells and
Hey,
whistles.
my background isn't that interesting, so don't worry about it.
Where are you at?
I'm in a hotel in Monterey, California.
Cool, man. Playing.
Yeah.
Did you play today?
No, with day off today. We've got a show tomorrow.
Oh, cool, man. Man, it's all happening for you. Hey, busy times.
Hey, man, I'm happy to be busy. It's very cool.
It is, dude. It is, especially, man. This new album is just incredible. I mean, well, I'll get to that, but of course, album number two, WVH album number two, and I will say it is one of the best damn albums of this year. And it's taken everything we loved about the first one, ramped it up, and taken it in some pretty interesting and amazing new places without going off the deep end and losing the core of what makes the band to me so special. It's a perfectly balanced album. Did that naturally come to you this time?
Yeah, I was kind of just it had been so long since recording the first one that it was just that itch to get back in the studio. And just once we got there, it just kind of felt natural. We recorded it the same way. If anything, we it was a lot quicker. The first album we
Mm.
recorded over the course of like 3 years, and with this one we had 2 months. And so it was definitely a bit more stressful putting it together so quickly, but the process felt natural, and it was it's always a joy to work with Elvis.
Did you write more than what was recorded, or did you record more than what was released? Like how'd that work this time?
Usually, that's kind of how it's like, we sort of out a bunch of ideas. I sure I have like 10 to 20 ideas. And then you sort of whittle down from there, 15 to 12 to 10. So some are just maybe still kind of in the demo process that sort of
Mm.
fall apart, where you're like, hey, you know what? Let's look at this. Let's save this one for next time. We've got these good ones over here. You start to basically, through the process, the songs start to show themselves, so to speak.
So what happens with that? So they're in the vault, in the Wolfgang vault. Some like
Yeah,
how's that
yeah, I
work?
guess just unfinished ideas. They're just sort of in the back pocket for to take a look at them next time.
And of course, it's a heavy album in a lot of ways, and I don't mean that just musically. It's got a lot of heart, dude, and like miles above me. Take a bow and waiting. The song "Waiting," especially that one is a pretty special song to me, man. Like that came to me at a time when I needed it really. Have you been hearing that people have been or have been people been reaching out to you, telling you similar things that the songs are
Yeah,
connecting
it's
to them?
it's a really incredible thing to see, when stuff you write to sort of help yourself get through things, for it to resonate with
Yeah.
people feeling the same way. It's an incredible feeling. It's weird, but it's good weird.
Mm.
It's a rare but cool feeling. It's an honor to see.
Man, it's incredible. It is incredible. This album is just really resonating with a lot of people. I'm seeing, and it's cool. It's a cool thing to see.
Crazy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and one of my favorite moments on the record is I think it's a 3 minute mark of the Optimist. That groove is an absolute pit smasher, dude. Have
I
you
can't wait to
guys?
play it live.
You haven't
Can't
done it
wait.
yet. You haven't.
No,
You
we've
haven't.
got to do it. I think we might be saving it for our headline run at the end of the year. And then once we get that down, we can bring it out for the Metallica shows next year.
Oh man, that's going to be incredible.
Yeah, yeah. It's funny. I was just hanging with the guys earlier, and we were saying that we maybe wanted to start working on it at sound check tomorrow, just to kind of keep practicing it.
Is it tricky to play? Do you find that song in particular tricky?
I think that one is just because it's in 7/4. It's in a different time
Yes.
signature than we're used to playing. That I think it's a matter of just kind of everybody making sure their heads wrapped around it properly. Because there's some really tricky, uh, almost unfair a little bit. Like if you're not prepared for it, like the space before that
Mm.
groove part with the drum solo, the kind of thing, that empty space is counting in seven. And then it rounds up to eight on the very last count of seven, which is a very sort of, I mean, it's not out of the ordinary for like, a progressive something or whatever, but for a Mammoth song, it's a little douchey
I
in
wouldn't
a
say
way
that.
where it just feels, no, it just feels like unfair. Like it's like anybody who's not used to that type of music is like, I have no idea how to count this, and that's just kind of unfair.
Hey
But
man, I got a guitarist in my
I,
band that writes stuff
hey,
like that, and he's trying to get us all to do this one break in this song, and it's breaks, and then it has to count.
exactly.
And I'm just like, dude, I'm gonna let you guys sort that out, and I'm not even gonna sing over that part. I'm just gonna just let you
I think the
guys go
payoff
at
is
it.
good though for that groove part. It's all it gets to a part that's digestible.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to hopefully see it down here. You
Oh,
know.
absolutely. If there's one thing that I want to make sure we do on this album cycle, it's to finally get over, do the because when you for a baby band like us, it's important to kind of make sure it's feasible, and you don't operate at a ridiculous loss, because that's always tough, like breaking into a new area and traveling, and especially so it's like to have the opportunity to possibly maybe like swing up through Japan and do like New Zealand and Australia and maybe go back to Europe or the other way. um that's my dream to finally do that run, because we've yet to do that, so that's very important for me on this album cycle that we at least do that once.
It's important for us too, brother. We're hanging for it, man. We are hanging for it. I got me and my
Love
mates,
to hear it, man.
especially. We're just going, fuck, he's got to do it here. He's got to do it. We'll be there. We might go to
I
several
can't
shows.
wait. I can't wait. Absolutely. I want to go everywhere that we can.
Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. And I will say, man, you probably hear it all the time, but you are one of the best vocalists on the scene right now. Not only, dude, not only with power, but you sound like you. You don't sound like anybody else. You've got such a uniqueness to your voice. You don't sound like you're mimicking other people like other vocalists do. They do that nasal thing. It's and that's what I think makes it so special. Did that take a little while to discover that, or was that something you just did naturally?
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's funny when it comes to singing. I feel like it's something I've always been able to do.
Mm.
Um, and I never like I have singers I admire, but not any singers that I've been like, ooh, I want to be like that. It just kind of, I think maybe I found my singing voice before I saw a singer I wanted to sound like, and I luckily, I guess, kind of just found my own voice. But even then, it took a lot of confidence boosting from my producer Elvis Basquet on that first album to really give me the confidence to even think that I'd be able to do it, because I wasn't even sure. I had fun playing the instruments and stuff, but when it
Mm.
came to like singing lead, that was a different beast for me. But I think after doing that and after touring for the last couple of years, I came into this album as an actual singer rather than somebody trying to sing on the first album. So I think you can really hear that difference compared to the first album.
Man, listening to that first album, I don't know what you're saying there. Because that's honestly, man, like when people start off, they don't sound like that good. It's you've got all the vocal dubs, you got the power and everything, man. It's pretty damn incredible.
Thank you
I
very
wish I
much.
had your voice, dude. I wish I yeah, I said that to my mate. I was like, man, that dude's voice. But of course, the album was recorded at 5150, which many of us Van Halen fans, it seems like a magical place like Graceland. But for you, it's your heart and your
Home.
home. That's right, and due to that personal history, did you find that brought the best out of you creatively compared to say writing anywhere else?
Yeah, for sure. It feels like there's a little bit of pressure. I mean, it feel, but at the same time, it's comfortable. It feels like it's my duty. Like
Mm.
feels like it's what I'm supposed to be doing, and I'm in the right place to do it. So uh, there's no place I'd rather be.
And do you find that that's where you go quite often to just write demos and just
No, actually, it's funny when I write more demos I write uh just kind of like in my room or on my laptop, when I'm like drinking coffee or something. And then really the studio is more for just like straight up recording and like getting ready, or at least because it's easier for me to demo ideas on my laptop because I can't split into four different people and just run a quick demo down. So it's more about just kind of typing out a quick little drum pattern and getting a section or two that seems interesting.
you sound like you do. You sound like you've got like multiple timelines running at once.
Oh man, I
Uh
wish I could do what is it, like a Naruto freaking
yes.
like shadow clone jutsu and just turn into five different people and do it really quickly, but I unfortunately cannot do that.
At least you can play it all. And
Yeah,
do it all. That's
at the
that's
very least, yeah.
you get that part. But man, what if you don't mind me asking? Just a quick Van Halen question. You were brought into the band at a young age and toured the world and even made it down here for a show.
Yeah.
Um, you know, how was that experience? Being thrown into that to one of the biggest bands in the world. Not only that, but also family as well, and going out and experiencing that. That would have been incredible.
Yeah, I think there were a lot of positives and a lot of negatives.
Okay.
I think it really forced me to mature very quickly at a young age. I think at 15, I couldn't be a regular 15-year-old, and it's so if in a certain way I couldn't be a regular teenager anymore once that happened, and I experienced a lot of stuff I think that most kids that age wouldn't really normally experience.
Mm.
But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't. It's That's my story, and I wouldn't take it back for anything. It's what has led me to where I've gone my entire life. It was a really important thing to be there and to support my dad, and
Mm.
that's all that was really uh, on my mind. And being able to play with my family for that long is something I'll never forget.
One of my biggest regrets is I didn't get to see you down in I think it was Sydney. And you
I believe it
came
was in
down.
Sydney. It was
Oh, man.
The Stone Music Festival, I think it was called.
Yeah, man. Oh, I was so close. I was so close, and we just couldn't make it happen. So we watched it online. But but of course, you did open for Metallica, right?
Oh
Was
yeah,
that
we're about 9 or 10 shows in so far. Yeah, and then we have
man?
all next year.
That's so hectic. That's what's happening right now. Is that correct?
Yeah,
You
yeah. I
said,
think
yeah.
we have a couple headliners. Currently tomorrow is a headliner, and then Friday we're in Arizona, I think. Um, and yeah, we the last show we just did was in Los Angeles at SoFi Stadium, and I think it actually I saw Loudwire posted that it set an attendance record. It actually surprisingly beat Taylor Swift because with the way they have the stage in the
Yeah.
round, they were able to fit like I think like 2,000 more people in there. I mean,
Oh
Taylor
man.
Swift she sold I think like 500,000 tickets because it was over like 6 or 7 nights, but technically the single night that
Mm.
Metallica that we played with them had the most people at one night, which is that's pretty crazy
Take that,
to be
Swifties.
play a
Yeah.
teeny tiny part of that.
That's no, it's incredible, man. How's it playing that stage compared to the headline shows? It must be like technically like it's
It's wild.
crazy.
Unfortunately, I can't really move about because I'm tied to the microphone,
Yeah.
and I have a pedal board. Luckily, my guitar player, Frank, and my bass player Ronnie can kind of get a couple laps in because they're not needed by the mic every 2 seconds like me or John, the other guitar player, or Garrett. He can't get up off his drum kit and run around in a circle. but but yeah, it's nuts. It's taken us some getting used to, but I think now that we're uh 9 shows in, I think we finally have our way of going about it.
Man, it must be a wild experience and just trying to get your head around it. I was talking to was it Josh from Silosis who played it with Architects, and he said it was like it was just mind blowing. He said it was
Yeah,
crazy
it's nuts.
trying to get here and there and
It's a crazy thing to be a part of. Absolutely nuts.
Van. And you're about to hit the road with Nita Strauss as well. Is that right?
Yeah, November. That's going to be our first headline tour, first real headline run, which is crazy to finally be able to do. It's very exciting.
Oh, I wish I could be there for that. She's great, man. She's real.
Oh, she's badass. She's her whole band is awesome, man. It's a she just that new album she put out is great. So it's gonna be that's a really fun rockin' bill for and that's gonna be the tour of the winter or fall technically, I guess.
our summer. So you should be coming down here now, bro. It's getting warmer. No winter. Spend your summers with us. But are you gonna get up and have a bit of a jam with her? Do you think? Have you guys been talking
That'd
about
be pretty
doing something?
fun. We haven't talked about it, but I'd be more than open for it. Absolutely.
That'd be cool. Yeah. Down here, bring it down here. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. I keep pushing it, but
Oh, I'm you have no idea how much I want to get out there.
well, we want to see you, brother. But what else have you got coming up? For the new year, what's
Uh
plans that you can
that's
talk
that's
about?
that yeah, I mean that's still very much up in the air. I know we were going to try to I know initially we wanted to try and go to Europe again at the beginning of the year, but with the way like certain visa laws and stuff that I'm
Mm,
unfamiliar with, but our tour
okay,
manager is obviously very importantly familiar with, like if we were to go there then we wouldn't be able to do the Metallica dates that we have later in the year. So it's like we need to shuffle stuff around. So I have no idea, but I just know that we're gonna want to tour everywhere that we can next year. Hopefully we finally make it out there.
and then number three.
Yeah, and then I guess we roll
Yeah,
right into number three.
yeah.
No rest. No time to rest.
No rest for the wicked, my friend. But hey, whatever you get up to, mate, we'll be behind you because
Awesome.
we think you kick ass, and you know it's great to see you out there,
Thank you
doing what
so
you're
much.
doing, bro. Yeah, absolutely. Well, we'll have all the links down here and on the website. Wolf, mate, enjoy the rest of the tour and the rest of the year, and fingers crossed, we will see you very soon.
Absolutely. If there's one thing I want to do, it's we got to get over there at least once on this tour cycle.
That's right, and have a beer with me.
You got
Yeah, all
it.
right, cool. All right, brother. Have a good day, man.
You take care, man.
See you, man. Bye.